The human hospital ship Aegis floated silently through the dark expanse of space. Its white hull reflected the faint glow of distant stars, but the quiet was deceiving. The war zone around the planet Taraxis had become a killing field. Alien fleets patrolled aggressively, and no ship, no matter how small, was safe. Inside the ship, human medics moved quickly through narrow corridors. Stretchers with injured civilians rolled along the halls. Alarms blared, warning of incoming fire. Captain Elena Maris gripped the edge of a console, her eyes scanning the holographic display. "We have multiple contacts approaching fast," she shouted. "Shields up, but they're too close for comfort." Suddenly, a deafening roar shook the ship. Alien laser beams sliced through the void, striking the Aegis's hull. Sparks flew. Panels melted. The crew screamed, ducking for cover as lights flickered. Outside the reinforced windows, a swarm of alien fighters glinted under the starlight, their weapons locked on the human ship. "Why are they attacking a hospital ship?" A young medic, Jonas, yelled, helping a civilian to a safer room. "We aren't armed." "Humans are weak," another voice echoed over the alien ship's communication. "We will crush them without effort." The aliens laughed, their voices harsh and metallic, full of cruel confidence. But inside the Aegis, humans did not panic. Despite the chaos, the crew moved with precision. Medics pulled people away from the walls, sealing compartments to prevent fire from spreading. Engineers worked furiously to repair damaged systems, their hands trembling but steady. Elena's voice cut through the panic. "Focus on the civilians. Protect them at all costs." A young technician, Mira, noticed something strange on the radar. "Captain?" "The shields are fluctuating, but the alien ships are slowing down." "Are they hesitating?" Elena frowned. "Keep an eye on it. Something is not right." Indeed, the aliens noticed it too. Strange energy flickered from the Aegis. Small, concentrated bursts of light danced along the ship's hull. Advanced technology, barely visible, seemed to hum beneath the surface. One alien commander narrowed his eyes. "These humans, their shields are unlike anything we've seen. Proceed carefully." The human crew didn't wait for the aliens to act. They moved with calm determination. Jonas carried a wounded child through a hallway, stepping over broken panels. "Almost there. Almost safe," he whispered. In the medbay, medics worked tirelessly, stitching wounds and administering medicine while the ship shuddered with every attack. Outside, the alien ships circled, their weapons ready. They expected panic, chaos, surrender, but humans never showed fear. They adapted, maneuvered, and stayed united. Elena watched the alien formations on the main screen and made a decision. "Prepare a transmission to Earth. They need to know what just happened here." Mira hesitated. "Captain, can we really send a signal now?" "They'll trace it." Elena shook her head. "They need to see what we face. Earth must know the truth. Do it." The ship's communication system powered up. A strange encrypted signal, small and almost invisible, slipped through the void of space. The aliens squinted at their sensors, trying to understand what had happened. The humans had sent a message. Something about it was unusual. "What is that?" one alien commander growled. "It's not a distress call, it's something else." The Aegis continued drifting, battered but alive. Sparks flew from broken consoles, alarms wailed in rhythm with the shaking hull. But the crew moved with unwavering focus. Each human life was precious, and they were determined to save as many as possible. In one observation bay, Elena leaned over the viewport, staring at the alien ships. "They think we are weak," she muttered. "They think this is easy. They have no idea." Her words were calm, but the determination in her eyes burned bright. As the Aegis sailed through the war zone, the aliens regrouped. Their laughter faded into confusion. "These humans, they are not like the others we fought," one muttered. "There is something in them. Something dangerous." Back on the ship, the crew didn't know if the alien forces would attack again. They didn't know if Earth would respond in time. But they did know one thing. They would protect the innocent. They would survive. And they had sent a message, a silent warning that humanity was not defenseless. The Aegis moved forward, carrying wounded, hope, and courage into the dark unknown. And somewhere in the distance, the mysterious signal pulsed toward Earth, carrying a warning that would soon change everything. The unexpected war had begun, and humanity was ready. Far across the galaxy on Earth, the warning lights in the command room of the United Space Fleet blinked rapidly. Officers ran between consoles, their faces pale. Captain Marcus Hale stood at the central display, his eyes fixed on the live feed from the human hospital ship Aegis. "Alien fleet, attacking our rescue ship," he muttered. "Impossible. It's a hospital ship. There are civilians aboard." "Sir?" Lieutenant Rena Voss said, her fingers flying across the controls. "They're firing with full force. Hull integrity dropping. Shields holding. Barely." Marcus's jaw tightened. "Prepare the fleet. Full deployment. Launch intercept drones. And contact Earth Command immediately. These aliens won't get away with this." Meanwhile, in the Fleet Council chamber, representatives of Earth's military and scientific teams gathered. Holographic projections of the attack floated above the central table, showing alien ships circling the Aegis, firing relentlessly. Dr. Leora Chen, the chief scientist, studied the readings with furrowed brows. "The shields. They're holding in a strange way," she said. "The ship is small, but it's emitting energy patterns I've never seen before. The aliens think it's weak, but it's not." General Rolf Kane slammed his fist on the table. "No, this cannot happen. A hospital ship humans cannot lose. Launch the fleet now. Prepare every available ship for combat." Outside the council chamber, Earth spaceports were alive with movement. Ships of every size, sleek fighters, massive cruisers, and stealth vessels accelerated into orbit. Engines roared and energy shields powered up. The aliens thought humans were weak, slow, and predictable. They had never seen the full strength of Earth's fleet. On the bridge of the Aegis, Captain Elena Maris watched the sensors nervously. The alien fire was relentless, but her crew had adapted. "Earth knows," she said softly. "They must have received the signal." Mira, the young technician, nodded. "The encryption worked. The message is going through. But will they reach us in time?" "Time is all we have," Elena replied. "And humans never waste it." Back on Earth, the Council debated strategy. The alien fleet was massive, far larger than any human ship could face alone. But Earth had a secret, a force the galaxy did not yet know existed. "We cannot send all our ships at once," Dr. Chen said. "They'll detect the fleet and scatter. We need precision. We need surprise." General Kane's eyes gleamed. "Then we strike where they least expect it. Show them the strength humans have been hiding. Let them learn a lesson they will never forget." In the alien territory, the commanders began noticing strange readings. "Human signals. They are sending something." "I do not understand," one hissed. "It is not fear. It is communication warning." The aliens tried to trace the message, but it vanished into the void of space, small and untraceable. Still, something about it made them uneasy. Back on Earth, Marcus Hale stood before the fleet assembly. "We act for every life aboard the Aegis. We act for humanity. And we act now. Launch in 3, 2, 1. The fleet roared to life. Ships surged forward, engines glowing like 1,000 suns. Fighters streaked past massive cruisers weaving between energy fields, all heading toward the war zone, where the Aegis floated under fire. On board the hospital ship, Elena felt the first tremors of hope. "Look," she shouted. Outside the reinforced windows, tiny specks of light appeared on the horizon. Earth's fleet. At first, the aliens laughed. They thought humans were foolish, sending outdated ships against their vast armada. But as the ships came closer, the alien laughter faded. The humans moved with precision, their formation perfect. Energy shields glimmered with colors the aliens had never seen, and weapon systems hummed with a strange, powerful energy. Jonas, the medic, whispered to Mira, "They're beautiful. But deadly, aren't they?" "Yes," Mira replied. "And they're coming for us." Elena clenched her fists. "Then let's show them that humans are not helpless. We will survive. We will fight. And we will protect every life aboard this ship." The alien commanders panicked as the first wave of human fighters launched into attack patterns that were calculated and flawless. "They are different," one muttered. "They are not like the others we have fought." The Aegis held steady as the battle lines approached. The mysterious signal that Elena had sent was not just a call for help, it was a warning. A silent promise that Earth would strike back with force unimaginable. And in the quiet moments before the clash, one thing was clear. The galaxy had underestimated humans once again. And they would soon learn the price of that mistake. The unexpected war was far from over. But Earth had noticed. And now the retaliation had begun. The human fleet moved through the darkness of space like a silent storm. Tiny ships and massive cruisers glided in perfect formation, each one humming with energy. The alien fleet, vast and arrogant, waited to meet them, believing they would crush the humans easily. On board the Aegis, Captain Elena Maris watched the approaching alien ships. The medics and crew worked quietly, tending to civilians, but there was a sense of anticipation in the air. Every human aboard knew something had changed. Earth had arrived. The battle was no longer one-sided. Outside, the alien commanders observed the human fleet. "These ships are small, slow, insignificant," one said, voice dripping with disdain. "We will destroy them before they even reach us." But the humans had a different plan. Captain Marcus Hale, leading the Earth fleet from the flagship Dauntless, observed the alien formation carefully. "Do not engage yet," he ordered. "Let them underestimate us. Wait for my signal, then we strike where they least expect." The alien ships laughed at the sight of the slow-moving human fleet, their confidence unshakable. But as the humans advanced, strange bursts of light flashed across their ships. Shields shimmered with unusual colors, energy weapons glowed faintly, and tiny drones scurried around larger vessels, invisible to the naked eye. Elena noticed the aliens' confusion. "They think we are weak," she muttered. But they are about to learn the truth. Suddenly, the human fleet split into smaller units, weaving between the alien ships with incredible precision. Fighters darted like lightning, dodging lasers and striking at vulnerable points in the enemy formation. Engineers had calculated every movement, every angle, every possible attack. The aliens had never faced such coordination. Jonas, the young medic, leaned over a viewport. "Captain, look at them. They're not even noticing the smaller units attacking their flanks." Elena nodded, her eyes cold and focused. "They will soon. Patience, Jonas. Humans always fight smart." The first alien destroyer exploded in a blinding flash of light. The shockwave rippled through the surrounding ships. Some alien fighters panicked, breaking formation. Others tried to retaliate, but the humans moved faster, striking again and again. Back on the flagship Dauntless, Marcus Hale smiled. "They underestimate us. Perfect. Now we escalate." A new wave of weapons activated across the human fleet. Energy beams, unlike anything the aliens had seen, cut through their ships. Drones released in swarms targeting critical systems. Shields held firm as aliens tried desperately to adapt. The humans were small, yes, but they were precise, ruthless, and perfectly coordinated. In the chaos, the Aegis remained protected. The medics continued their work, civilians safe inside reinforced compartments. Elena watched as one of her young engineers hacked into a damaged alien fighter, turning its weapons against its own fleet. "That's brilliant," she whispered. The alien commanders were now panicking. "These humans, their technology, it's unpredictable," one shouted. "They are not like anything we have ever faced." On the Aegis, Mira sent another small signal back to Earth, hidden in the energy waves of the human fleet. "They're learning fast," she said. "The aliens are adapting." "Good," Elena replied. "Let them adapt. We have more surprises waiting." The battle intensified. Alien ships tried to form a tight perimeter, but the humans were too fast, too smart. Every attack the aliens launched was countered. Every strategy they used was anticipated. And yet the humans did not attack recklessly. Every movement was calculated, every strike meaningful. Outside, explosions painted the void of space with bright streaks of fire. The Aegis floated amidst the chaos untouched, as if protected by an invisible shield of skill, courage, and intelligence. Jonas looked at Elena, wide-eyed. "Captain, we're winning, but this is only the beginning." Elena's gaze remained steady. "Yes, but today humanity showed the galaxy we are not weak. Today, the aliens learned that humans fight back. And tomorrow, we will strike again, even harder." The alien fleet, once confident and mocking, now faltered. Their formations broke apart, confusion and fear spreading among their ranks. They had attacked a human hospital ship, expecting an easy victory. Instead, they had walked into a trap, carefully planned, brilliantly executed, and deadly. As the Aegis moved safely through the battlefield, carrying the injured and the brave, Elena allowed herself a small smile. Humanity had taken the first step, and the galaxy had just begun to understand the cost of underestimating them. The counterstrike had begun. The unexpected war had shifted, and the humans were ready for everything the aliens could throw at them. The void of space trembled with the echoes of war. Alien ships, once confident and mocking, now moved with caution. They had faced the human fleet before, but never like this. Every human ship seemed to anticipate their moves, striking with precision and disappearing before retaliation. On board the Aegis, Captain Elena Maris watched the holographic display of approaching alien reinforcements. Her heart beat faster, but her voice remained steady. Prepare for another wave. Shields at maximum. Medbay teams brace for impact. Jonas, the young medic, gripped a railing. Captain, how many more of them are coming? Too many to count, Elena replied calmly. But remember, humans fight smart. Focus on your duties. That is how we survive. In the distance, massive alien dreadnoughts appeared, their weapons bristling with deadly energy. Smaller fighters swarmed around them like angry wasps. The alien commanders shouted orders, trying to form an unbreakable wall around the Aegis and the human fleet. But the humans had a plan. Captain Marcus Hale, aboard the flagship Dauntless, issued his commands with calm authority. Divide the fleet. Hit their flanks. Draw them apart. Protect the hospital ship at all costs. We will not let the civilians suffer. Outside, the human fleet moved like a living organism. Fighters darted between alien ships, disabling engines and shields with precision strikes. Cruisers fired concentrated beams, breaking alien formations. Energy pulses hummed across the battlefield. A strange and deadly pattern no alien had ever seen. The aliens growled in frustration. They are too fast. Their attacks, unpredictable. How can this be? Elena watched as a group of alien fighters tried to corner the Aegis. Move to the lower corridor, she ordered. The crew responded instantly, maneuvering the ship through the battlefield like a ghost. The alien weapons fired again and again, but the shields held. Small bursts of human technology flickered, confusing the attackers. Jonas helped a wounded civilian to a safe compartment. Captain, I've never seen anything like this. They're panicking. Elena's eyes hardened. Good, let them panic. Fear will make them sloppy. On the flagship, Marcus Hale smiled grimly. Now the next phase. Small squads of stealth ships detached from the main fleet, appearing suddenly behind alien lines. Explosions rippled across enemy cruisers as sabotage drones infiltrated and disabled critical systems. The alien commanders were shouting in anger. These humans, they are everywhere. We cannot predict their movements. Even as chaos erupted around them, the medics aboard the Aegis continued their work. Every life mattered. Stretchers rolled through reinforced corridors. Injured civilians received aid while alarms blared and the hull shook with each alien strike. Mira, monitoring the alien patterns, noticed something unusual. Captain, they're trying to regroup, but our attacks are forcing them into narrow paths. We can trap them, Elena nodded. Do it. Prepare the energy net. The energy net was a human invention, a massive invisible field that could trap multiple enemy ships, immobilizing them while human forces struck with devastating precision. Within minutes, dozens of alien fighters found themselves trapped, unable to move, their weapons useless. One alien commander bellowed over the comms. Retreat! Retreat at once. These humans. They are not like any species we've fought. But the humans did not stop. They were relentless, protecting the Aegis while striking at the heart of the enemy fleet. Lasers cut through alien hulls, drones dismantled engines, and stealth ships appeared like shadows, invisible until it was too late. Jonas turned to Elena, awe in his eyes. Captain, they can't win against us, can they? Elena placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. They underestimated us, Jonas. That was their first mistake. And it's going to be their last, for today. Outside the battlefield was a storm of light and fire. Alien ships fell one by one, their formations in shambles. The human fleet moved with the precision of a master tactician, combining courage, skill, and technology that no alien had predicted. Even as the Aegis floated safely amidst the chaos, the crew knew the war was far from over. Reinforcements would keep coming. The aliens were angry, wounded, and eager for revenge. But for now, humanity had proven something vital. No matter how strong the enemy seemed, humans fought with intelligence, courage, and unity. And the unexpected war was far from over. As the Aegis sailed through the shattered remnants of the battlefield, Elena whispered, almost to herself, Today, we survived. Tomorrow, we strike harder. The aliens had learned a terrifying truth. Humans were not just survivors. Humans were strategists, fighters, and unstoppable when their own were in danger. And the galaxy would soon know it too. The alien fleet had regrouped, battered, and enraged. They thought they could recover from the devastating attacks of the human fleet, but they had no idea what was coming next. Captain Marcus Hale aboard the flagship Dauntless observed the enemy carefully. Today they learned the cost of underestimating humans, he said calmly. Now we finish this. Back on the Aegis, Captain Elena Maris watched the alien dreadnoughts move into range. Medics continued their work, tending to civilians with calm determination. The ship had survived so far, but the real danger was yet to come. Then a strange hum filled the battlefield. Alien sensors detected it first, but they couldn't understand. A massive, invisible energy field began to spread from the human fleet. It pulsed with power unlike anything the aliens had seen before. "What is that?" one alien commander hissed. It blocks our weapons." "How?" The humans had activated Earth's secret weapon. It was a combination of advanced energy technology, stealth drones, and weapon systems that could target multiple ships with deadly precision, all while remaining largely invisible. Elena smiled grimly. "They thought we were weak. Let's show them how wrong they were." Suddenly, beams of concentrated energy sliced through the alien ships. Their shields faltered, engines failed, and systems overloaded. Alien fighters spun out of control, crashing into one another. The humans moved like a storm, striking quickly, withdrawing, and striking again. Jonas, the young medic, watched in awe. "Captain, we're destroying them, without even touching all of their ships." "Yes," Elena replied. "We fight smart. We fight together. And we protect what matters." On the flagship, Marcus Hale directed the fleet with precision. Small squads targeted alien command ships, disabling communications. Stealth drones infiltrated enemy cruisers, causing chaos. Energy beams swept through enemy lines, striking critical points. The alien fleet had never faced such coordination or firepower. The alien commanders panicked. How is this possible?" "Their numbers. So few, yet they destroy everything." Even as the chaos unfolded, the Aegis remained protected. Civilians were safe in reinforced compartments. Medics worked tirelessly, each life precious. The humans had not only survived, they had become the hunters. Mira monitored the battlefield from the Aegis. "Captain, Earth's main fleet. They're moving faster than expected. Their formation, it's flawless. Every alien ship we hit, another human ship is already ready to strike." Elena nodded. "Perfect. Keep the civilians safe. The fleet will handle the rest." The aliens tried to fight back, but their weapons failed against the humans' new technology. Shields collapsed, engines exploded, and entire squadrons were rendered useless. The unexpected war had turned completely. Jonas looked out the viewport. "Captain." "The aliens. They're retreating." "Yes," Elena said softly, a small smile crossing her face. "They underestimated us. They thought attacking a hospital ship would be easy. They were wrong." The battlefield shimmered with the glow of destroyed ships and energy beams. Human forces moved with unmatched precision, striking relentlessly and retreating only to strike again. Every alien ship that fell was a lesson. Humanity was not defenseless. Outside the chaos, the Aegis floated unharmed, carrying the wounded and the brave. Elena watched as the alien dreadnoughts finally retreated, damaged and humiliated. The humans had not only survived, they had dominated. Marcus Hale's voice came over the comms, calm and commanding. "All units maintain formation. Protect the Aegis. Return fire only if necessary. We have shown them our strength. Let them remember today." The aliens, for the first time in their long history, felt fear. They had attacked humans thinking them weak, slow, and unworthy of attention. Instead, they faced a force they could not comprehend. The humans were precise, smart, and unstoppable when defending their own. On board the Aegis, Elena allowed herself a brief moment of relief. Civilians were safe. Medics worked without interruption. The ship had survived the worst, and the humans had proven to the galaxy that they were not to be underestimated. Jonas whispered, "Captain, we did it. We survived, and we won." Elena shook her head gently. "This is only the beginning, Jonas. They may retreat for now, but the galaxy will soon learn. Humans are not weak. And Earth's force is unimaginable." The battlefield slowly cleared, leaving a trail of wreckage and fire. The unexpected war had reached a turning point. Humanity had revealed a power the aliens could never forget. And while today was a victory, the war was far from over. The Aegis continued its journey through the stars, carrying hope, courage, and the reminder that humans, even in their smallest ships, could unleash an unimaginable force. The unexpected war had changed forever, and the galaxy would never look at humanity the same way again. The battlefield was quiet now. The alien fleet had retreated, leaving behind a trail of smoke, broken ships, and stunned silence. The human fleet hovered cautiously, shields still raised, sensors scanning for any hidden threats. The war zone was calm, but only for the moment. On board the Aegis, Captain Elena Maris walked through the corridors, her boots echoing softly on the metal floors. Medics were tending to the last injured civilians, and engineers worked tirelessly to repair the ship's minor damages. Every crew member wore exhaustion on their face, but also relief. They had survived. Jonas, still wide-eyed from the battle, approached Elena. "Captain, it's over, right? The aliens, they can't fight us anymore." Elena shook her head gently. "Not over, Jonas. They may have retreated, but they're not finished. They'll come back, and when they do, we need to be ready." Outside the Aegis, the human fleet formed a protective circle. Ships of all sizes, fighters, cruisers, and stealth vessels stood guard, their weapons ready, shields glowing faintly in the dim light of distant stars. The fleet had proven its strength, but the humans knew the war was far from over. Back on Earth, the news of the battle spread quickly. Commanders and scientists watched the live feeds, analyzing the tactics, the technology, and the courage of the humans who had defended the Aegis. Earth had struck back with unimaginable force, and the message was clear. Attacking humans would have consequences. Dr. Leora Chen, the chief scientist, turned to General Kane. "They've survived, yes, but the aliens will adapt. We need to prepare for the next wave. The galaxy has learned that humans are not weak, but they will also remember this. They'll strike again." General Kane nodded. "Then we strike first if needed. Humanity cannot wait for the enemy to decide our fate. We have the advantage now. We must use it wisely." On the Aegis, Elena stood at the observation deck looking out at the stars. The aliens had attacked a hospital ship expecting an easy victory. Instead, they had faced courage, intelligence, and power beyond their expectations. But Elena knew better than to relax. The galaxy had many threats, and the humans had only just begun to show what they could do. Mira approached, her eyes thoughtful. "Captain, the signals we sent back to Earth, they worked." They knew immediately. "And the fleet. It's incredible. But do you think the aliens will return stronger?" Elena nodded slowly. "Yes, they will regroup, plan, and strike back. But we'll be ready. Humans don't fight blindly. We fight smart. And next time, we'll be even stronger." Jonas watched the stars in silence. "Captain, do you think we'll ever get peace?" Elena's eyes were serious but calm. "Perhaps someday. But today is about survival, Jonas, and today humanity showed the galaxy who we are. Peace will come only when we are strong enough to hold it." The alien commanders on their retreat communicated frantically. "These humans, their power, it is unlike anything we imagined. We cannot underestimate them again. Prepare our fleets, gather reinforcements. Next time we will strike with everything we have." Their fear was clear. They had attacked humans thinking them weak, and they had learned a terrifying lesson. Humans fought not just with weapons, but with strategy, courage, and an unbreakable spirit. And now, Earth had revealed a force they could not ignore. On the Aegis, Elena took a deep breath. The civilians were safe, the crew had survived, and the humans had won a hard-fought victory. But the war was far from over. Somewhere in the galaxy, the aliens were planning, scheming, and preparing for revenge. Elena turned to her crew, her voice calm but firm. "We did well. Every life aboard this ship is safe. But remember, this is just the beginning. The galaxy has learned the truth about humanity, and it will not forget it. Be ready, because our fight is far from over." The Aegis moved forward, carrying hope, courage, and the wounded through the silent stars. Behind them, the remnants of the alien fleet faded into the darkness. The humans had won this battle, but the war continued, unpredictable and dangerous. As the crew looked out at the endless expanse of space, a thought echoed in everyone's mind. The galaxy had underestimated humans for far too long. And now humanity had proven that even in their smallest ships they could unleash unimaginable power. The unexpected war had shifted. The humans had survived, fought, and won. But the aliens were wounded, angry, and plotting. The galaxy would never be the same again. And somewhere in the dark void, the next battle was already being planned. The story was far from over. Humanity had shown its strength. But the suspense, the danger, and the unimaginable challenges of the galaxy were only beginning.